Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Wednesday, October 30th, and today we are up to Ezekiel 19, verses 10 through 14. We just saw that a lamentation, that analogy about the lion, and that the lion represented royalty. Well, now we're moving into the next part of the lamentation, which is about the vineyard and the vine. So in the ESV Study Bible, there was an interesting note that said, the lioness in verses 1 through 9 is pictured here as a fruitful vine that was uprooted and its branches burned. What was left of the vine was planted in a desert, representing the Babylonian captivity. So what we have here is this vine represents the people of Jerusalem, the people of Judah, and that they are being taken into that exile. Verse 10, your mother was like a vine in a vineyard, planted by the water, fruitful and full of branches, by reason of abundant water. That community was very abundant, very fruitful, very wealthy, doing great. Its strong stems became rulers' scepters. A king carried a scepter. And it towered aloft among the thick boughs, and it was seen in its height with the mass of its branches. But the vine was plucked up in fury, cast down to the ground. The east wind dried up its fruit. They were stripped off and withered. As for its strong stem, fire consumed it. Now it is planted in the wilderness, in a dry and thirsty land. And the fire has gone out from the stem of its shoots and has consumed its fruit, so that there remains in it no strong stem, no scepter for ruling. This is a lamentation and has become a lamentation. So let's break this down. This community of people represents this vine. The vine is doing great. It's abundant. It's wealthy. They've got a lot going on. And then this east wind comes in and the vine starts to wither, it starts to dry up, and it is thrown into a fire and burned up in a desert. It is replaced in a desert. It's planted in the wilderness. That wilderness, that desert, represents Babylon. This is talking about the exile of the Babylon and the fact that that idolatry came into the community. That's that east wind. That east wind came in. It took away the purity of this community. It took away their faithfulness. They dried up, they withered, they were replanted in this wilderness, and they're burned. They're burned to a crisp. Well, immediately as I read through this, I thought about the fact that the opposite of this is the fact that Jesus is the true vine, and that when we stay connected to him, we bear that abundant fruit. We do well when we stay close to Jesus. Now, does that mean that everything in our life is easy? No, but what it means is that we are spiritually strong, we are spiritually faithful, and because of that, we're a force to be reckoned with when Satan wants to go after us. Well, in John 15, verses 1 to 11, we see where Jesus talks about the fact that he is that true vine. He's the vine that we want to be connected to. And it says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Abide in me and I in you. What does it mean to abide? It means you stay closely connected to Jesus Christ. How do you do that? Bible study, prayer, staying focused on what the Holy Spirit is leading you to do, and stepping out and doing it. Are you going to get it right every single time? No, not necessarily, but we want to get it right more often than we mess it up. And as we grow in our relationship with Christ, we should be getting it right more and more and more. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. You cannot have that fruit of the Spirit unless you're remaining connected to Christ. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. Everything you do for God's glory is because of the power of the Holy Spirit flowing through you, and because you're staying connected to Jesus Christ. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.